Welcome to Success Talks. As CEO and founder of Working Wardrobes, I call myself an accidental nonprofit leader. What started as just a one-time only event, a day of self-esteem for women in 1990, has become a fully operational nonprofit organization. Today, we serve over 5,000 men, women, young adults, and veterans every year with services that get them back into the workforce with success. Success Talks is the only streaming video show in Orange County that interviews thought leaders from all different industries and cultures about the importance of philanthropy. We'll cover topics that weave together the fabric of corporate social responsibility, personal giving, and compelling stories of people's journeys to success. Hey, welcome to Success Talks. I'm here with Gorjana and Jason Reidel. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
These fabulous people that are behind the brand name Gorjana. So, Gorjana, tell us about the name. This is such an unusual name. It's your name.
It's my name, yep.
Given to you by?
By my parents. It means fairy of the forest.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's a lot.
It is a Serbian name. So I was born in Serbia. I lived there till I was 7. And so it's funny because I think as a child, it was obviously a name you don't want to have a unique name. You don't want to have it mispronounced the first day of school. But as I've gotten older, I love it and it's great.
So how do you communicate this brand and the spelling of it and the pronunciation of that to your customers?
It's actually a challenge, I feel like. I mean, obviously now that we have our own stores and our employees know how to say it and all that,
Yes.
I obviously correct the customer when they come in a polite way,
In a
and I
polite
think
way.
most people, but it is kind of an ongoing challenge. I mean, people, you see it and I think they see it a certain way and they'll say Gorjana, whatever way, and it's fine, it works.
But they love the product, and that's
Yes,
the most
totally,
important thing.
exactly.
So you two are your partners in life, your partners in business. How do you do that and keep just this 20-year relationship alive and fresh and fun?
You can take that one.
Okay. I like how she leaves me the hard question.
Yes.
Can I answer about the name? I always just say, pronounce the J like an I.
Exactly.
You know what? It's funny because people always ask that. They say, how do you have this relationship and then also run a business? And to us, I mean, it sounds corny, but the relationship's the core of everything that we do. Whether it be the marriage, whether it be being parents, whether it be running a business, it all started with our relationship. And really, ultimately, the way I see it is the business is just another creation or collaborative thing that we've done together. Whether that's, if you look at, you say, hey, we took a trip together. That's something you do together in a relationship. Or we raised kids together. That's something you do in a relationship. And a business just happens to be another one of those things. We often joke it's like our first child. Right? So it's about a 14 or 15-year-old child.
Yep.
So it kind of behaves that way,
Yeah.
right? Like it's starting to act like an adult, but it doesn't act like an adult. So it's just
and you're
kind of...
having more babies, you're opening more stores. Too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
your family is growing.
Of
Tell
course.
us-
And that's an interesting thing too, because the stores are a lot. It's funny, we just opened Malibu over the weekend, and I got the chance to meet the manager, who's terrific. And I told her, you are the mother to this child. And you need to nurture it and take care of it. So we're so fortunate in that regard because we've got so many amazing people opening these stores and amazing people working at them.
So that's the real ticket, is to find those amazing people, because you're giving your baby to somebody to run for you. Where do you find the talent to run your stores?
Well,
it starts with we have an amazing HR team.
Yeah.
We've got an amazing HR team, and you think about it, like we're running stores in New York, we're running stores in San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego. We've got Scottsdale opening in the fall. So it's not just, when you're building your corporate structure, it was easy because we were here in Orange County. There's amazing people here in Orange County, and we're able to kind of network. It gets harder when you get out of your market, but I think we just found fantastic. Usually people are fans of the brand, so that starts off being pretty easy. We have fantastic training. And I think that retail is an interesting thing because retail can be transitional for people at the point they're at in their life. And our conversation with them is, however long or short your time with us is, just make it a place that you can consider it family. If you're finishing school and then you're done with school and you don't want to work retail anymore, that's okay. If you want to make a career out of it, we'd love that too. So just make it feel that they're open dialogue.
But you have a profile of the who's your ideal candidate for a store manager? What are the adjectives that describe that person for you?
I think it's more, really spent the time sort of identifying our company culture and like what works, and like it's not really necessarily a certain person. They just kind of have to have certain traits and behave a certain way, and have that, like we have trust and
communication obviously has to be very
being open and honest. There's a lot of characteristics that we look for that will make a good manager, and be able to then, I think, translate to our customer who we are.
So I've been in one of your stores in New York, and the manager, they look like you, Gorjana. It's almost like this profile of Laguna Beach. They're beautiful and sunny and blonde and friendly. Wasn't exactly what I thought I'd find in New York City, but you nailed it. So that profile
that's funny. No, you know what? They're not all like that. So, I think maybe just that one. They actually do, I think, kind of vary, but I think they all have that sort of positive disposition, as I want to say. I want, them to be welcoming and come in and make you kind of really feel at home and be able to explain like everything that we're about. And so I think it's just that lightheartedness that we really kind of look for too.
Well, you're also sharing such gems with your customers, right? I mean, the whole product line is something that just enhances any outfit that someone is wearing.
Thank you.
So you have this wonderful slogan on the packaging for Gorjana. What are those 3 words, Jason?
Live, love, layer.
Yes, I love that.
Right. Yeah, so I always say, it was years ago, I think we were on a family trip to Costa Rica, and we had a layover in Fort Lauderdale. It was one of those layovers where you're only supposed to be in the hotel for like 3 hours. Literally, they shuttle you over, and so you're kind of sleeping with one eye open and one eye closed. And I woke, I was kind of got up, and I got up and I said to her, I said, something came to me. I said, live, love, layer. And she goes, oh my gosh, I love it. So I do think, love is the middle part of that, right? Because we do want that. We also have the slogan on a lot of our windows of the stores, with love from Laguna Beach. So love is such a center point to everything that we do. And we want that to be felt through ourselves and through through the company and through the customer experience. And live is an important part about it too, because it's a lifestyle, right? We want Gorjana to represent the brand, and represent the lifestyle of California and Laguna Beach particularly, and about that very kind of laid back, effortless lifestyle. And layer is obviously really important. I mean, you can look at it different ways. Of course, we want you to layer the jewelry.
Right.
But also, in a metaphoric sense, it means to really have layers to what you're doing with your life, and to know that there's a lot of different layers to build up to what. And if the company is an exemplary of that there's so many layers to make up what everyone's seeing on the internal.
So now that you have how many stores?
11.
Okay, that's amazing. So scaling up a business like that really takes an enormous amount of talent. Going from 1 to 2, we can handle that. How do you get to 11? What's the success track for that?
Wow, I think
I was gonna say slow and steady, but it hasn't been slow. But there is a certain steady process to it, in the sense I feel like we've been pretty good about saying like, okay, these are the criteria we look for. Does it feel right? Like there's certain guidelines we kind of have to why we're picking the stores and where we're going, and then trying to be realistic also, I think, with our team and like what they can execute and how they can execute and all that. So there's a lot of factors. So I don't know.
But Matt, for instance, like we opened San Francisco and another store in Los Angeles earlier this year in April, May.
Yeah.
And the team thought their next store they were opening was going to be around Scottsdale in October. And we came to them like 4 weeks ago and said, okay, we found a space in Malibu. And they turned it around in 3.5 weeks. So they're definitely they'll work on the fly too. So I was going to say, you have to just kind of continue to follow your instincts, be willing to continue to take risks, and continue to be adaptive to what you're doing if you want to continue to grow.
Okay, so we call ourselves at Working Wardrobes rubber bands. Yeah. Do you really go beyond the rubber band?
Yeah.
And you actually opened a store.
Yeah, 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
We literally, it's like I found a space on a Thursday night doing some research. I called the realtor on a Friday. And of course, in typical fashion, she said, oh, there's all these people interested. So I said, okay, we'll come see you on a Monday. And they sent us an LOA on a Tuesday. And then a week later, we were rolling. And it just opened on Thursday. We had an opening party on Friday. So
okay, that's
happens fast.
And you still have paint on the wall. It's still drying, and you're open for customers.
They did a phenomenal job in turning you would never have known. So
you also have inventory. I mean, you have to build up. When you're opening these stores. It's an inventory issue.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and I think that our finance team does an excellent job of maintaining inventory. We're also very fortunate because as many great new products the team comes out with, we still have so much sales and customer interest from core product been around for a while. So it's a kind of a mix of both.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the product because that's really your love of in the company,
Yes.
Gorjana.
Yeah.
So is there a seasonality to your designs, or are there introductions in the course of a year?
So we come up with we have like 4 seasons a year. Of that, there's a certain timeless aesthetic that I really feel is important for the product to have. And most of it does. And I want you to be able to buy something in a year from now and say, oh, this is great. I still want to wear it. I want to wear it with like something new that I'm wearing. It's like, so it has that kind of stands that test of time. But there are definitely pieces in there that are more creative and fun. But even those, like we did these tassel earrings, I'm going to say like 2 years ago for summer, but I still will wear them I wore them this summer. So it's like, maybe I'm not wearing them in January, but I'm definitely coming back to them in July. So there's a certain, like, I still want you to invest in it, buy it, and then still want to keep it and have it for a while.
Exactly. So we're going to take a really quick break and come back and talk a little bit more about timing and product introductions with Jason and Gorjana. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Sunday Brunch. We're a boutique advertising agency located here in Orange County, California. At Sunday Brunch, we custom build teams for all of our clients. Each team member's both personal passions and professional excellence is matched up to meet the needs of your business. Capabilities range from brand building, design, public relations, social media, websites, media planning, buying, working with influencers, events, and even more.
Want to contact us? We'd love to hear from you. Follow us on Instagram or online at sundaybrunchagency.com.
So Gorjana, let's talk a little bit more about your product design because you're coming out seasonally. What's new for the rest of 2019?
Oh, wow. Okay,
Good
so
question. You nailed that one. Fall is exciting.
Yeah. Fall is super exciting. In fall, we have the Anna collection, which is kind of a tribute to Serbia, where I grew up. Jason and the kids went back there last summer, and I got to I hadn't been back there in 23 years. So it was like very emotionally overwhelming. It was amazing. I got to see my grandmother and spend time with her. And I think I got the chance to go to this folk art museum like the very last day in Belgrade and got to see all this like old Serbian craft and stuff. And I realized in Serbia, there's this tradition of the ducat, which is a gold coin. And it's given for special occasions. So you give it at the birth of a child, for weddings, all that kind of stuff. And so I love that concept. So we designed a collection with that in mind, which is this right here. These beautiful coins.
Gorgeous.
Yes. And they all have like a Serbian motif on them, which is really cool. And then our other kind of theme for fall was like our celestial astrology theme. We're coming out with astrology necklaces and then the little moons and stars and stuff, which is really good. And then holiday, we have new birthstone necklaces and some other like great gift items coming out too. So it's just kind of always evolving and sort of like what inspires us and what's working.
Well, I want to tell our listeners that we've decided to have a new partnership, and I hope I can talk about this.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate our 30th anniversary next year, and I just so love your product. And I'm hoping that you'll design a 30th anniversary commemorative bracelet for working wardrobes.
100%. I would love to.
Okay.
Would love to.
So, and the 30th year is a pearl.
Yep.
And so if we can incorporate a pearl in that
We
and,
will absolutely do that.
and sell a gazillion of them.
Yeah, I would love it.
Honestly, that would be the greatest way to launch our 30th year.
Oh my God, I would love it. I'd be
So
honored.
much fun. So much fun. You have been so generous to us, Jason and Gorjana. We have a beautiful box of jewelry that you've donated. Every client that comes in is wearing your jewelry, and they are loving it.
I appreciate that.
And Jason, you had this sterling idea when we were getting ready for the gala last year. You said, Jerry, you have to give every volunteer who works that event Gorjana jewelry.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, I can't believe somebody is coming up with that idea. We did it. They were the happiest volunteers on the planet.
That's
So
that's awesome.
thank you for that.
I love to hear that.
Yeah. I think, I see it all the time. Like we give back a ton, like Jason coaches. We both are on our school endowment board, like school foundation board. Like we are constantly giving of our time. And I think volunteering is something in any way that you can do it, it's so awesome, and it's so awesome to like reward people who actually give their time. I love it. Because not a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of people say they do, but a lot of people don't actually put in the work, and I'm so grateful for those.
When we just also, we know how much hard work goes into, running organizations such as this, and how much volunteer time goes into it. So to me, yes, it's exciting. We always want to donate product if you guys are having a gala and raise money for your awareness and for your cause. But I also think it's really important to not forget about all the people that are doing the behind the work scenes.
We couldn't
Boots
do
on
the
the
work.
ground.
We couldn't do the work we do without volunteers. Like 25,000 hours a year that volunteers donate to us.
That's amazing.
It's just incredible. And we have volunteers in our stores. I know you've got staff in your stores, and we have paid staff, but volunteers also help make it work for sure. So what do you see happening in the future? You've got 11 stores. You see more bricks and mortar happening in your future?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
for sure.
So Scottsdale for sure.
Well, definitely, because if you think about right now, we've got 11 stores. 9 of them are here in the state of California, and 2 are in New York. And we've got more Northern Cal. We've only got 1 of those 9 are in Northern California, being San Francisco. And so we've got definitely more expansion into Northern California. We've got Scottsdale coming in the fall, and then I'm always pouring over data, and just if you just even look at the Instagram post that we had over the weekend from the Malibu opening. There's 200 and some comments of people saying, "Oh my gosh, bring one here." I mean, you've got Hawaii and Seattle and Dallas and Chicago and Austin and Houston and North Carolina and Boston and Miami, and so there's all these cities that you see that people are fans of the brand and would love to have a similar type of brick and mortar experience.
What is the plan? 5 years, 10 years? Do you have a number that you want to hit in numbers of stores?
No, not really. Not really. Just as long as we're continuing to see that we're doing it organically, and that that we're not just I'm always hesitant just to pick numbers and push on numbers, because I think sometimes it can sterilize the process. And so, if it's 5 more, that's great. If it's 50 more, that's okay too. It's really as long as it's organic, and we do genuinely feel passionate about the markets that we're going into, that the customer is going to resonate with the product, and really feel comfortable about the spaces that we're going into. I mean, retail is, people think online. Yes, online has grown tremendously. It has. We've been a part of it since the beginning. It's been a big part of our business and our growth. But 90% of transactions are still done in a physical retail store. That's a stat that people don't know, because they think, "Oh my gosh, everything's online." And yes, it is, especially with the rise of Amazon. And I know how much we order everything, but still 90%. So it's it's still a very high number. People still want to interact, especially depends on the type of product. And our product is one that's, I think, that bodes well for the experience of just going into a store, interacting with someone. It's kind of a light air experience.
It is that experience. It is that high touch. That's the suggestive sell. Oh, that's going to look great if you just layer it with this.
Yeah, being educated on it.
It's also, we found like a great people come in all the time for last minute gifts.
Yeah.
So they're going to a birthday party, it's like, oh my God, I got to get my friend a gift. I got to get something for my wife. I have to do that. So that's great too, because we're really making it convenient for people, because you can just pop in the store and.
Yeah, I think Gorjana brought it up recently. Like, we think about last year. I mean, our daughter's 8, and she still asked Gorjana last year to go back to school shopping. So people still, or especially if you talk to younger, we just had my nephew who's 17 interned with us last week, and I spent some time with him, and he said he prefers to shop in person. So I think there's a lot of that coming back, and again, it's just being a part of projects and in areas where we're looking at retail that we really believe in.
Yeah, I don't need to go buy my toothpaste, but that I can Amazon. But
but we have compartments, right?
Yeah, totally.
Want to do.
Well, look what the Irvine Spectrum did. Look what the Irvine company just did with the Spectrum, which is a top store for us. I mean, they took an area, they took a Macy's that went out of business, and they took it, and they, instead of just saying, okay, we're going to sit on this, they put $200 million into completely redeveloping a whole new wing with a beautiful Apple and new parking and new food and a Sephora and our stores right on the corner. So, and there's a whole experience when you're there. And during the holiday, they have, the ice skating, and there's the Ferris wheel. And so it's just, I think that to me is the evolution of retail. And so when we can be part of projects like that, as long as they're there, we'll continue to do it.
So maybe not too many stores that are open in 3 weeks, but wherever the location is,
we will not do that to the team.
Yes, street. I would say, when they're performance centers, you have to plan them out. But when they're street, you got to be ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You have a really broad demographic that you're serving with your product. How do you characterize the customer? Because you reach a number of different age groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of goes back to the whole product mix. I think us focusing on that kind of timeless classic aspect to a lot of the pieces makes it really appealing to a wide range of people. And then we realize that there's maybe some pieces that we design that are maybe for, like an older customer that maybe wants a little more statement, and some are maybe like more delicate and more like playful. Maybe those are for like the younger. So we kind of try and have a few kind of outliers, but we mainly kind of try to stay in the middle with what like is our brand is known for.
Yeah, I always use the 3 M's, right? We've got millennials, the younger generation. We've got tons of mom customers, and then we've also have men. We have a male customer that's buying things for gifts, and so. And the other thing we're starting to see with a lot of these stores opening up is just how culturally broad we are.
Fantastic.
Right. So if you look at the Irvine Spectrum, our manager just asked that we get someone on staff who can speak Chinese, because we've got a large Chinese customer in New York. We see a ton of French tourists come in from Paris and from other parts of France that love the product. In Los Angeles, we're seeing a big Persian customer. So I think that's fascinating too, when you get to see how broad we can be culturally.
Yes. Not
just age, but culture is such a great thing to kind of, especially where society is today, to kind of mend people together and bring a commonality is pretty cool.
So when did you both say, this is a success? This work that we're doing, this company that we've built.
I haven't yet.
You haven't yet?
Surprisingly, not
Seriously.
really, no.
I mean, no, it's funny, like, no, we don't
remember
do that.
The show is called Success
Yeah,
no. Okay,
well,
today.
We're the outlier to it. I don't.
We don't really operate in that space.
But
yes, we have built. I will say, like, I look at like the company and our employees, and I'm like, this is great. You see happy people and a great work environment, and so from those measures of success, yes, you know what I mean?
There's been some wins, but I think you think about it like an analogy of sports, right? You have a season and you have your wins, and you're going towards the end, and ultimately at the end there's a winner and there's a defined end to the season. And I think for us it's a constant season. So I feel like there's a lot of wins.
It's one season after
I was just thinking about this morning. I've had a lot of losses too. And frankly, fortunately, I could say I've had just a few more wins than losses. So we're kind of keeping above 500. I guess that's ultimately a success, but.
Well, you are both wonderful guests and wonderful successes. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for being a partner with us at Working Wardrobes and the work that you do every day. So appreciate it.
Thank you for
having
us.
We're going to be right back with a commercial message.
Welcome to Sunday Brunch. We're a boutique advertising agency located here in Orange County, California. At Sunday Brunch, we custom build teams for all of our clients. Each team member's both personal passions and professional excellence is matched up to meet the needs of your business. Capabilities range from brand building, design, public relations, social media, websites, media planning, buying, working with influencers, events, and even more.
Want to contact us? We'd love to hear from you. Follow us on Instagram or online at sundaybrunchagency.com.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Success Talks. We look forward to bringing you thought-provoking episodes again soon, and look forward to your feedback and remarks. If you have any particular topic or person you'd like to have me interview, please reach out to us at Working Wardrobes 714-210-2460, and we'll be sure to put them on our show. Until next time, may you remember the power of a paycheck and that success talks.